You know, there have been a lot of accusations, and we kind of just talked about it with the last two guests, a lot of flip-flopping for both candidates, whether people disagree or agree to disagree. What are we hearing in terms of their past and current policies?
Good afternoon. So let's sort of break it down by candidate, right? So on the Trump side of things, he's been accused of flip-flopping, particularly on the issue of abortion. I know it was discussed earlier in the show, but especially in Florida, right, there's this constitutional amendment that's up. It's called 4. And he had originally said that he felt, 6 weeks, the current rules, the 6-week ban, was too short. However, after conservatives were very upset, he said, no, I'm actually going to vote against this constitutional amendment, therefore sending a mixed message on where things stand. Kamala Harris, of course, jumped at that. She issued a statement, which we have here for you, which we'll pull up right now, saying that Donald Trump just made his position on abortion very clear. He will vote to uphold an abortion ban so extreme it applies before many women even know they are pregnant. Trump proudly brags about the role that he played in overturning Roe v. Wade and said there should be punishment for women who have an abortion. Now, another reproductive issue is IVF. And on that issue, there's also some question as to where he stands. On IVF, he said just recently that he does want the government to pay for IVF or to mandate that insurance companies pay for this. But it's also a little unclear where that stands with regard to his policy. And in fact, Senator Elizabeth Warren came out and said, this is, American women are not stupid and they're not going to be gaslit, saying that if you look at Trump's policies and his proposals, they actually would threaten IVF and fertility treatments. So again, there's this question of flip-flopping and how much he really believes one way or the other. Now, on the side of Kamala Harris, she's come under fire for changing her tune on several issues: fracking, the border, Medicare for all. Now, in a CNN interview, she actually sort of defended. She said, look, my values haven't changed, but in effect, she's learned, particularly as vice president, what is possible and that there are ways of attacking these issues, perhaps not in the way that she was considering doing before. So one of those issues is fracking. Now, fracking is this technique for extracting oil and gas out of the earth. And it's somewhat controversial because there's concern on questions of the environment. And there's concern on questions it's linked to some health issues. But it's also a big deal in terms of our oil and gas production. So as one can imagine, a big political issue. So she has basically said in 2019, she said she wanted to ban fracking. In 2020, especially when she was running for vice president, she said she no longer wants to ban fracking. And she has stayed consistent since then. But she is being called out, especially by Donald Trump, on this issue. He's saying she's flip-flopped. Essentially, you can't believe her.
All right, Jackie Koppell, thank you.
Thanks so much for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.